हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू आवर यूट्यूब चैनल। आज का ये वीडियो स्पेशली क्लास 12 के बच्चों के लिए है जिनका केमिस्ट्री का एग्ज़ाम अक्टूबर 2024 में होने वाला है। ये पार्ट 2 वीडियो है। अगर आपने अभी तक केमिस्ट्री का पार्ट 1 वीडियो नहीं देखा है तो इस वीडियो के आई बटन में आपको पार्ट 1 वीडियो का लिंक मिल जाएगा, या फिर आपको इस वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में भी पार्ट 1 वीडियो का लिंक मिल जाएगा। आप इन दोनों वीडियो को बिल्कुल देखिए, पूरा देखिए। अगर अभी तक आपने केमिस्ट्री की पढ़ाई नहीं की है या अभी तक आप पढ़ाई को लेकर कंफ्यूज हैं कि क्या पढ़ें क्या ना पढ़ें, तो इस दोनों वीडियो को पूरा देखिए बिना स्किप किए। तो चलिए इस वीडियो को स्टार्ट करते हैं। के एग्ज़ाम पैटर्न पर जहाँ तक बात कर लें, आपका जो केमिस्ट्री का एग्ज़ाम होगा वो टोटल मार्क्स 80 का होगा और आपको केमिस्ट्री का पेपर लिखने के लिए जो टाइम ड्यूरेशन मिलेगा वो है 3 घंटे का। तो फटाफट से क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, व्हाट आर लिमिटेड स्पेक्ट्रम एंटीबायोटिक्स? Give one example. And the answer is limited spectrum antibiotics are antibiotics that are effective against only a specific group of bacteria, either gram positive or gram negative, but not both. They target a narrow range of bacterial species rather than a broad variety. These antibiotics are used when the specific type of bacterial infections is known, reducing the risk of disrupting beneficial bacteria in the body. Example, penicillin G is a limited spectrum antibiotic primarily effective against gram-positive bacteria. Next question is, explain the uses of methanol and ethanol. And the answer is, methanol is toxic to humans and even its small quantities can cause blindness. In larger quantities, its consumptions can cause death. However, it is useful industrially, both as a solvent and in the production of formaldehyde and acetic acid as a starting material. It is also used in the synthesis of which is used as an to gasoline (MTBE). Second point, ethanol, obtained by the fermentation of sugars, is present in all alcoholic beverages. It is also an important industrial chemical. Thus, ethanol, used for scientific and industrial purposes, is made purposely toxic to prohibit people from consuming it. Ethanol can be used as a fuel and as a fuel additive. It is also used as a solvent in the manufacture of varnishes and perfumes. It is also used in hand sanitizers as an antiseptic. Next question is, what is phenols? What are its uses? The name phenol is specifically used for the following compound: hydroxybenzene, in which one hydroxyl group is attached to the benzene ring. The uses: it is also used as a general name for the class of compounds derived from the above compound. Phenol is a disinfectant. Phenols are widely distributed in nature. They are also important in the synthesis of organic compounds such as aspirin and in the preparation of dyes. Phenol is also used in the manufactures of bakelite, which is a very useful polymer. Next question is, write the steps for nomenclature. And the answer is, first step, select the longest carbon chain which contains the carbon atom bearing the OH group. Count the number of carbon atoms and identify the corresponding alkane. From the name of this alkane, drop the final E and suffix OL in its place. This gives the root name or the parent name. Second step, name the carbon chain starting from the end nearest to the hydroxyl group. The number of the carbon atom bearing the hydroxy group is indicated before OL in the name. Third number step, name the other substituents according to their position on the chain. Fourth number step, write the name of the alcohol by listing the substituents in the alphabetical order along with their position. Next question is, write the uses of coupling reaction. And the answer is, first point, phenol is used as a disinfectant. Second point, it is also used as the synthesis of polymers. Third number point, phenols are used in the synthesis of many organic compounds. Fourth number point, substituted phenols are used in dyeing and tanning industries. Next question is explain the Werner's coordinate theory. And the answer is first point, in complex compound metal atom exhibit two types of valencies. Example, primary valency and secondary valency. Second point, primary valency depends upon oxidation number of central metal atom, while secondary valency represents coordination number of central metal atom. Third number point, primary valencies are ionizable and are non-directional, while secondary valencies are non-ionizable and directional. Next question is write the application of coordination compounds. And the answer is first point, they are used in estimation of hardness of water as calcium and magnesium ions form complexes. Second number point, it is used in estimation and detection of metal ions. Third number point, it is used in medicines like CIS platinum is used in treatment of cancer. Fourth number point, some example of coordination complex metalloenzymes are zinc complex enzymes like carbonic anhydrase, important to buffering reactions in blood. Next question is mention the physical and chemical properties of ozone. And the answer is physical properties. Ozone is a pale blue gas which turns into blue liquid at 161 Kelvin. At 80 Kelvin, it freezes to a violet black solid. It is 10 times as soluble in water as oxygen. The chemical properties are, first point, catalytic decomposition. Ozone in aqueous solution decomposes on standing. Second point, oxidizing properties. In the presence of reducing agents, ozone furnishes active atom of oxygen. Next question is why Solvay process cannot be extended for the manufacture of potassium carbonate. And the answer is the Solvay process cannot be used to make potassium carbonate because potassium bicarbonate, an intermediate compound in the process, is much more soluble in water than sodium bicarbonate. In the Solvay process, sodium bicarbonate precipitates out easily, allowing it to be converted into sodium carbonate. However, potassium bicarbonate stays dissolved in the solution and does not precipitate, making it difficult to isolate and convert into potassium carbonate. This difference in solubility prevents the Solvay process from working efficiency for potassium carbonate production. Next question is give reason for compounds of alkaline earth metals are less ionic than alkali metals. And the answer is the compounds of alkaline earth metals are less ionic than those of alkali metals because alkaline earth metals have a higher charge +2 compared to alkali metals +1. This higher charge leads to stronger attraction between the metal cation and the anion, resulting in more covalent characters. Additionally, alkaline earth metals are smaller in size than alkali metals, which increases their charge density and further enhances covalent character. In contrast, alkali metals with their larger size and lower charge form more ionic bonds with less covalent interaction. Next question is why tetrahedral complexes high are spin? And the answer is tetrahedral complexes are typically high spin because the arrangement of ligands around the central metal ion causes less splitting of the d orbitals compared to octahedral complexes. In a tetrahedral field, the energy gap between the higher and lower sets of d orbitals is smaller. This small gap allows electrons to occupy higher energy orbitals with their spins aligned, rather than pairing up in the lower energy orbitals. As a result, electrons prefer to spread out, minimizing pairing and leading to a high spin configuration in tetrahedral complexes. आगे बढ़ने से पहले अगर आपने इस वीडियो को अभी तक लाइक नहीं किया है और इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो इस वीडियो को लाइक ज़रूर करें और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब जरूर करें। या फिर आपका कोई भी क्वारी या डाउट हो तो हमें कमेंट बॉक्स में ज़रूर कमेंट करके बताएं। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज हाउ मे मिथाइल ब्रोमाइड बी preferentially converted to methyl isocyanide? And the answer is methyl bromide can be preferentially converted to methyl isocyanide through a reaction with a silver cyanide. When methyl bromide reacts with AgCN, it leads to the formation of methyl isocyanide as the primary product rather than methyl cyanide. This occurs because in this reaction, the nitrogen atom of the cyanide group preferentially bonds with the methyl group, resulting in the formation of the isocyanide structure instead of the cyanide form. Next question is explain the physical properties of amines. And the answer is first point, the lower aliphatic amines are gaseous in nature. They have a fishy smell. Second point, primary amines with 3 or 4 carbon atoms are liquids at room temperature, whereas higher ones are solid. Third number point, lower aliphatic amines can form hydrogen bonds with water molecules. Therefore, such amines are soluble in water. Next question is what is meant by reducing sugars? And the answer is reducing sugars are sugars that can act as reducing agents because they have a free aldehyde group or a free ketone group in their structure. These groups allow the sugar to donate electrons to other molecules, reducing them in chemical reactions. Common examples of reducing sugars include glucose, fructose, and lactose. In laboratory tests like Benedict's or Fehling's solution, reducing sugars cause a color change by reducing the copper ion to copper oxide, indicating their presence. Non-reducing sugars like sucrose do not have this property because their reactive groups are involved in bonds. Next question is explain why does an azeotropic mixture distill without any change in composition? And the answer is azeotropic mixture distills without any change in composition because it has a specific ratio of components that cannot be separated by simple distillation. In an azeotrope, the vapor phase has the same composition as the liquid phase at a given temperature and pressure. This means that when the mixture boils, both the liquid and vapor have identical proportions of the components. As a result, the mixture evaporates and condenses without any shift in the relative amounts of the substances, making it impossible to separate them through normal distillation. इस वीडियो में फ़िलहाल इतना ही। अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया तो इस वीडियो को लाइक ज़रूर करें और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब जरूर करें। मिलते हैं आपसे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग।